Hello students, welcome back to Alpha Active Learning and I hope you all are safe and at home. So today Standard 8 General Science topic Cell and Cell Organelle. Children, you see many structure around you, maybe in different sizes, in different shape, but we know to construct each of these we need bricks. So you can say that brick is the basic smallest unit by which the construction is carried out. So as a brick is the smallest unit, the body of every living organism is also made up of smallest unit known as cell. So all the living things is made up of tiny units called cells. These living things include animal, plants. So cell is the structural and functional unit of living organism. Now cells of different sizes and structures are found in different organs. For example, whether it is multicellular or it is a unicellular. The cell size varies and the structure also varies in the different organs. You have seen RBC, a nerve cell, a cell in onion, and these are the certain cells. So look at them. They all varies in different sizes and structure as per their function. But basic types of the cells are three: animal cell, plant cell and bacterial cell. Now all these cells cannot be seen with our naked eyes. We need microscope to observe them. Observe this. One is cross section of an animal cell and the plant cell. Now plant cell has cell wall which is absent in the animal cell. Both have cell membrane. Both have the nucleus. The nucleus has nuclear membrane. It has nucleolus. Both of them have mitochondria. They have rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They have ribosomes, Golgi bodies. But see, in the animal cell there are lysosomes which are absent in the plant cell, and of course the plant has chloroplast where animal cell don't have chloroplast. So both these cells have certain common organs. Look at them. The green circle belongs to the plant one, the blue one to the animal cell, and the red color, it shows the common organelles to them. They are mitochondrion, Golgi apparatus, rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, cytoplasm and ribosomes. So if I want to differentiate, I can say plant cell has cell wall, animal cell no cell wall. There are large vacuoles in plant cell. There is small or no vacuoles in animal cell. Plant cell has chloroplast, no chloroplast in animal cell. Flagella only in gametes it's found in plants, whereas flagella is found in animals. Okay, so now we are going to study the components of a cell. The first is cell wall. This is found only in the plant cell. So what is a cell wall? Cell wall is an elastic and strong coat around cell membrane. It is composed of carbohydrates like cellulose and pectin. Now look at the figure, children. Here you can see the pectin structure, the purple color. You can see the plasma membrane. You can see the cellulose microfibrils, this bluish color, and you can see the middle lamella, the primary cell wall. Now what are the function of this cell wall? It is to support and to protect the cell by preventing entry or of excess water in the cell. So cell wall is a wall that protects all the organs inside. At the same time, it prevents the entry of excess water. The second is plasma membrane or cell membrane. Now what it is? It is a thin, fragile and elastic covering which allows some substance to enter the cell while prevent the other substance. So it's like a watchman, right? Now look at the substructure. It is made up of two layers of lipid, so known as lipid bilayer. This yellow color, you can see the lipid layer. You can see the proteins over here. You can see the blue color carbohydrates chain. This is inside of the cytoplasm and this is an outside of the cell. So so what are the substances? The useful molecule of water, salt and oxygen enter the cell, whereas carbon dioxide exit the cell. Now how do substances travel in the cell? See, to gulp or engulf food and substance from outer environment. When the substance travel from outer environment to the inner, it is known as endocytosis. Endo means inside. Exocytosis means to excrete, to throw away the waste materials out of the cell. So look at here, in endocytosis, the food and the substances are entering through the plasma membrane. In exocytosis, they are going out and this is the waste material. But in doing these two activities, they consume the cellular energy. So they need the energy either for entry or for exit. Now what is osmosis? The traveling of water from a part with more water to a part with less water through a selectively permeable membrane is osmosis. Let us understand with the help of a small activity. You all know what are raisins. Kishmish जिसे हम कहते हैं. If you put this raisin in the water, if you soak them for half an hour, you will know that this raisin will absorb the water, right? It will absorb the water. So in the first case, first activity, raisin absorb the water. Now what you will do, you take out the same raisin and put it in the strong solution of sugar. Now look at the structure of the grape. After this activity, you will realize that the grapes loses water. That means in the first activity, the water has entered in the raisin. In the second, the water has exist or it has come out from the raisin. Now why it happens? So there are three possibilities. It's hypertonic, isotonic and hypotonic. Now look at the hypertonic. Here you can see the water is coming out, the water is thrown out from the cell. In case of isotonic, the water enters also as well as it exits also. So both way the transfer takes place. But in case of hypotonic, the water enters only from the outside to inside the cell. So a hypertonic solution, we can say that the medium surrounding the cell has lower water concentration than that of the cell. As a result, water comes out. Iso means same. So in isotonic, outside and inside the cell, it is the same proportion of water. Water does not go in or go out. In the third, hypotonic, the cell has less water than outside the medium. So water enters the cell. This is called as endomosis. Same thing, look at this RBC in hypertonic condition. The water has come out. See the cell structure. In isotonic, no change. See the cell structure. In hypotonic, the water inside the cell. So look at the things. Same thing in amoeba. Look at the difference between hypotonic, hypertonic and isotonic condition. So if plant cell or animal cell is kept in hypertonic solution, the water comes out of the cell by the process of exoosmosis and there is a contraction of cytoplasm. This process is called plasmolysis. Now what is cytoplasm first? It is a fluid between plasma membrane and nucleus. It is fluid, so it is moving sticky substance. And all the cell organelles are suspended in the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is about 80% water and usually colorless. Look at the onion pin cell where you can see here the cytoplasm. You can see the other parts. Now here, look at here. This is the cytoplasm, a liquid between plasma membrane and between the nucleus. The part of the cytoplasm other than the organelles is called cytosol. See this, how the chloroplasts are flowing, are moving in the cytoplasms. Look at here. This is, observe the cytoplasm. Now what are the function of this? Cytoplasm is a medium for the cellular chemical reactions. It stores the vital substances like amino acids, glucose, vitamins in cytosol. Now what are cell organelles? An organelle is a specialized subunit having specific functions within the cell. So we know animal cell and the plant cell, but in that cell also there are subunits. So they are the organs of the cell and each organelle has its own lipoprotein membrane. So now let's understand each cell organelle. But children, these all organelles can be seen either through the light microscope or there should be an electron microscope, as except the nucleus and the chloroplast, all other organelles can be seen only with electron microscope. So you can see the light microscope available in the school, in the laboratory, and this is the electron microscope hospital in the research centers, in the where there is a biotechnology center. First cell organelle is a nucleus. Now what is a nucleus? First of all, if you observe them, a nucleus is covered by a double layered membrane with small pore. So see the nuclear pore are here. These pores allow the passage of material in and out of the nucleus. Now the nucleus in the center has nucleolus and there are a network of chromatin fibers. Now what is chromatin fibers? They are the thin thread-like structure which come together to form short, thick chromosomes at the time of cell division. Functional segments of chromosomes are called genes. Now look at here in this cell, you can see distinctly the nucleus. Here you see the nucleolus, the chromatin, the thread-like structure, the nuclear envelope, and now observe here, you can see the nucleus DNA and the RNA. You can see the cytoplasm. RNA means ribosome nucleic acid. This deoxyribonucleic acid. Chromosomes are made up of DNA or RNA. They are actually the proteins. So what is the function of nucleus? Like how our brain controls the entire body activity. It controls all the metabolic activities of the cell and also the cell division. It is involved in the transmission of hereditary character from parent to offspring. The second is endoplasmic reticulum, ER. The organelle which conduct various substances inside the cell is called endoplasmic reticulum. Now look at the figure. This endoplasmic, this is a nucleus, nucleolus, nuclear pore. Near to this nuclear pore, you can see this rough endoplasmic reticulum. These are the ribosomes, and this standing structure is nothing but smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So ER has a net-like structure consisting of interconnected miniature tubes. You can see these interconnected tubes and sheets. They are filled with fluid. ER is connected to nucleus from inner side to plasma membrane from outside. So inside it is connected to nucleus and outside it is connected to plasma membrane. The rough ER has ribosomes granule on its outer surface. Now look at here. As I said, this is a rough ER, nucleolus. The smooth ER you can see. Now, what is the function of this rough endoplasmic reticulum? Observe them minutely. It is a framework that supports the cell. Conduction of protein is taking place. Toxins that have entered the body through the food, air and water are made water soluble by ER and then they flushed out of the body. So they are working as a cleaning agent, we can say. Golgi complex. Now what it is? It is made up of 5 to 8 hollow fusing vesicles and flat sacs placed parallel to each other. Now each sacs are called cisternae and are filled with different enzymes. So look at here. This is a cisternae. This is face, fusing vesicles, lumen. These are the new vesicle and secretory vesicle. Cisternae work like a packing department that packs and distributes the substance. Now what are the functions of Golgi body? Golgi complex is secretory organ of the cell. It modifies, sorts and packs materials synthesized in the cell and dispatches them to various targets like plasma membrane and lysosomes. It produces vacuoles and secretory vesicles. It helps in the formation of cell wall, plasma membrane and lysosomes. The next is lysosomes. It is present only in the animal cell. So they are simple single membrane bound sac filled with digestive enzymes. What are the function of this? The first is in an immune system. It destroys viruses and bacteria that attack the cell. Second, they work as demolition squads, destroys worn out cellular organelles and organic debris. Third is like a suicide beds. When a cell becomes old or is damaged, lysosome burst and enzymes digest their own cells. Fourth, during the starvation, lysosomes digest stored protein. So lysosomes vacuoles are very important. Now mitochondria. It is seen as a double membrane structure. You can see inner membrane, folded one, the outer membrane. The inner membrane, the folded one, has crest and there is a matrix. So the outer membrane is porous and the inner membrane is deeply folded. Each fold is called cristae. The inner cavity is filled with proteinaceous gel-like matrix containing ribosome, phosphate granule and DNA. The energy released in this process is stored in the mitochondria in the form of ATP. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. Now look at this. What are the functions of mitochondria? To produce energy-rich compound ATP, synthesis of protein, carbohydrate and lipid, and that's why mitochondria, they are known as the powerhouse of the cell. But do you know they are absent in the RBCs? Why? Because RBC are the one which are carried oxygen. Since they are absent in the RBCs, due to this, the oxygen which is carried by them is not used for themselves. Now vacuoles. These are the storage sac for solid or liquid content. They do not have typical shape or size. So to maintain the osmotic pressure of the cell, they are used to store metabolic byproduct and end product. In animal cell, they store waste product and food, while in amoeba, it stores food before digestion. In plant cells, vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide rigidity to them. Now look at this central vacuole in plant cell, very big. Look at this. In Paramecium, you can see these vacuoles. So they are the one they throw out the waste material. Plant cell has the larger vacuole, whereas animal cell has the smaller one. Plastids. You have seen colorful fruits, variety of colors in the plants. How these plants are so colorful and green? It is because of the plastids, which are double membrane organelle found in plants and algae. They give colors to the plants. There are two types: leucoplast, means white or colorless plastids; chromoplast, colored plastids. So what is the main function? Manufacturing and storing of food. They contain pigments that are used in photosynthesis, and different types of pigment can change the color of the cell. Now you have, so again, these plastids are of many types, more known as leucoplast, chromoplast, chloroplast. Leucoplasts are involved in the synthesis and storage of food like starch, oil and protein. So when you eat starch, oil and protein, they are synthesized by leucoplast. Chromoplast gives different color to flowers and fruits. So whatever the variety of colors you see in the flowers and fruits, it's just because of chromoplast. While chloroplast, we all know it converts solar energy into chemical energy by means of photosynthesis. Now, do you know the green color is because of chlorophyll, the orange color because of carotene pigment, yellow color because of xanthophyll, purple color because of anthocyanin, dark pink in case of beta-alanines. So what is chloroplast first of all? Look at this chloroplast, how it is moving in the cytoplasm. If you look at the structure, look, this is the outer membrane, you can see the inner membrane. Now in this, you can see the vertical granum. There are again two types. Here you can see thylakoid and you can see the stroma. Chlorophyll in chloroplast traps solar energy and convert it to chemical energy. Stroma in the chloroplast contains enzymes, DNA, ribosome and carbohydrates which are necessary for photosynthesis. If there is no chloroplast, plant cannot prepare their own food. Now you have seen how the raw green tomato changes to red. This is because of the changes from chloroplast to chromoplast. So look at this unripe fruit and this is a ripe fruit. So when it gets developed, when there is a maturation, the chloroplast changes to chromoplast. Apart from this, here you see in chilies how the green color changes to red color. So when they are changing. Now children, you realize that we have two types of the cells, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. What is the main difference? Here size is 5 to 100 micrometer. In prokaryotic cell 1 to 10 micrometer. Number of chromosomes are more than one in eukaryotic cell, whereas in prokaryotic cell there is only one. Eukaryotic cell, the nucleus with nuclear membrane, nucleolus and nucleoplasm. Whereas in prokaryotic cell, nucleoid resembling the nucleus, you can't distinct both. Mitochondria and plastids are present in eukaryotic cells, whereas in prokaryotic cells, they do not have membrane-bound cell organelle. Example of eukaryotic cells, they are present in all highly evolved unicellular and multicellular plants and animal cells, but prokaryotic cells are found in bacteria and viruses. Children, this is our research institute at Pune. It provides services for National Animal Cell Repository. It is mainly working on the research about cancer treatment, and it also involved in the research in cytology. Thank you so much.